This is editing Reyona here. So as I am editing, as I'm editing this video, I realized that I deleted the actual intro that I filmed on my camera. So I just wanted to come on here and say, hey, hi, hello, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, my name's Reyona. This is Reyona's room. Also, I am currently treating a chemical burn from a product that I was using on my face. So if you see it, don't say nothing. Don't say nothing about it, okay? Just know that's what it is. I'm aware. I'm working on it. So yeah, anyway, that's all I wanted. Bye. Okay, y'all, so I'm not gonna start lying to y'all and tell y'all that like I know the history behind this collab and both of the brands, because I don't, okay? What I do know though is that On is a Swiss like athletic brand, and they are well known for their running sneakers. And then LOEWE is a Spanish luxury brand, and I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys or even most of you guys know what LOEWE is. But maybe like 2-3 years ago, they came out with like this really popular like leather belt that people were raving about, and they just make anything from like ready to wear to sneakers to belts, sunglasses, all of the things, you know, that luxury brands make. So On and LOEWE have been working on this ongoing collab for a few years now, and they released their Cloudtilt silhouette sneaker in 2023, and that is a sneaker that I have. Now, how did I find out about Cloudtilt and this On and LOEWE collaboration in the first place? And then I'll get into the two versions of the shoes, right? I was on Instagram back in January fighting for my life, right? Because Q1 was crazy. So I was just swiping through people's stories on Instagram because I was uninterested. I was just trying to fill my time. And so you know how like in between a certain amount of stories, advertisements pop up. Now, typically I'm not a girl who falls for the advertisements, but when I saw this ad, I was like, oh, I like this color. I like this shoe. Let me go see what the price is looking like so I can go snag them and feel something, because I was a little, you know, I was a little depressed. So I clicked on the shoe and I was just like, oh, I can't afford that right now. I will circle back. Excuse me, y'all. Like I was saying, I just told myself that I will circle back and I will purchase those sneakers at the end of February, beginning of March as my push gift for pushing through Q1 of 2025. And so that's exactly what I did. I waited until like the first week of March, and then I purchased these sneakers. So a little bit about Cloudtilt. So I think I mentioned this earlier. I forget stuff so fast, but the original Cloudtilt silhouette of the LOEWE and On collab was released in 2023, and the Cloudtilt 2/2.0, the sneaker that I saw in the advertisement, that released in January of 2025. So that like upgraded silhouette of the sneaker was released earlier this year. I have the older version, and I actually like the older version a little better, and I'll show you what it looks like, and then I'll show you some images of the newer sneaker so that you guys can kind of see like the differences between the two. A little bit about the sneaker. So I am new to this whole luxury thing, and I'm kind of like trying to attract an audience who loves luxury, but also the girlies who are new to it as well. So I like to share pricing. If pricing makes you uncomfortable, I don't know what to tell you, because you'll find out anyway if you click on like the link. I don't know, but the older version of the Cloudtilt sneaker retails for $490, which is why I told myself that would be a push gift for pushing through first quarter, because that was a pretty penny. The Cloudtilt 2/2.0 sneaker though, those retail for $550. So it's a little bit more than the original, but honestly it's still not bad for a luxury sneaker. Also with the well-known athletic company, Collab. So I feel like that's pretty decent, especially for sneakers that you're going to be walking in, running in, wearing casually. Something that's going to be comfortable and something that you're going to need to wear for like, you know, years. So let me show you what the sneakers look like, because that's the exciting part and that's what y'all came here for, right? So here is, I'm gonna put it on this side. Here's the box. And I love, and this is gonna be a recurring theme, by the way, but I love how both of the logos are incorporated on the box, the packaging, the shoe laces, all the things. So here's the On logo, of course, and then you can't miss the LOEWE logo. It's huge. It's bigger than my hand. But that's what the box looks like. And I did get these sneakers in a 41, which is equivalent to a US women's 9.5. So when it comes to sneakers, I am in between a 9 and a 9.5. It really depends on the brand of shoe, the fit, the materials, all that stuff. But I just want it to be safe, because I would rather have my shoes to be a little bigger so I can wear thicker socks to kind of fill in that space than to be too small. Because if they're too small, you can't really do anything about it. So I decided to just go up to a 9.5. And this is what everything looks like when you first open the box. So this little envelope here with the LOEWE stamp. And then it just has like your receipt, of course. And then you also get this cute little thank you card. Which just says, you know, like, thank you for your purchase. Here's our contact information. And then it says thank you in Spanish on the back, which I thought was cute. Then this is what the inside of that envelope looks like. The details. And then also, I told you guys this in another one of my videos, but whenever I am spending a pretty penny on something, I always write myself a note and get a card. So I did that for these shoes as well. I'm not sure if you guys can see the LOEWE logo up at the top, but it's up here. And then I just wrote myself a card. It just says, a little gift to me for me, with a smiley face. And I always encourage people to do that whenever they're buying themselves gifts. They don't have to be expensive gifts. If you go buy yourself flowers every week, which is something that I typically do, if you want to write yourself a little card and throw it in there as well, that's honestly just a great way to just keep yourself going. You know what I mean? Love on yourself, okay? In addition to those things that I just showed you, you also get not one, but 2 dust bags, y'all. You get 2 dust bags, one for each shoe, the way that it's supposed to be. And on those dust bags, you have the On logo and the LOEWE logo. And like I said, you're going to be seeing that a lot when it comes to this shoe and this collab. And I love that. So here are the shoes. Aren't they beautiful? When I first opened the box, I audibly gasped. I'm not going to lie to y'all. I'm really not. So I'm gonna start with the left shoe because it looks a little different from the right shoe, and you'll see in a little bit. But on the left shoe, you have this tag right here that just says LOEWE, and I did order these directly from the LOEWE website. They're not available on the LOEWE website anymore because they were limited edition, but I will let you guys know where you can get the Cloudtilt sneaker elsewhere, and the Cloudtilt 2/2.0 sneaker elsewhere. Okay, so no worries. So just in case like you want to return these, you just have to keep this on. I didn't plan on returning them because, like I said, they're limited edition. So what am I returning you for? Anywho, as you can see on the outside of the left sneaker, you have the On logo. And I also love this kind of like Swiss cheese. I see what you did there, On, you Swiss brand. I see what you did there. But you have these holes here at the bottom. And then I'm gonna just rotate it to the front. And then you have the On logo here at the toe. But on the inside of the left sneaker, you have the LOEWE logo, which I think looks really good. It's nice and discreet. And then also, you have the On logo on the back here. So I thought that was really cute. And then also on the tongue, you have the On logo and the LOEWE logo. And on the inside, you see what I'm saying when I say it's a recurring theme? I love how this is like a true collab. Like one brand doesn't leave the other one out. Like, I just love that. And as you guys can see, and as I mentioned earlier, this is like a sock type sneaker. It's easy to like slip on. So your shoelaces here are just like these super stretchy laces and not your traditional laces. So this is the left shoe. You also, speaking of shoelaces, you also get extra shoelaces here with both logos. Okay, so the right shoe. So remember how on the left shoe, the On logo was on the outside of the shoe? So this time, the LOEWE logo has taken that place of being on the outside, and then it just rotates. So the On is still on the front of this one, but the On logo is now on the inside instead of the outside. And then instead of the On logo being here, you have the LOEWE logo. And then of course, the tongue and the inside, they're both still the same. But like, how freaking beautiful, how stunning. And then you also have the Swiss flag here. And then it also says Cloudtilt Phase and Swiss Engineering. And I'll kind of talk about what those two things are when it comes to the structure and engineering of these sneakers. Let's get down to business. With all the specifications and materials and pricing and all of that good jazz. So like I mentioned to you guys, the Cloudtilt sneaker that was released in 2023, those were limited edition, and those retail, some of them are still available, just not the color that I have, but some of them are still available and they retail for $490. The Cloudtilt 2/2.0, those retail for $550. Now you cannot get the Cloudtilt sneaker on the LOEWE website anymore. You can get them on the On website, but the sizes are very limited, baby. Very, very limited. And there are also different colorways, which I will get into in a minute. So the Cloudtilt sneaker, the On website says, designed with LOEWE, this sneaker has been precision engineered for long-lasting comfort, lightweight and effortlessly smooth. So for the materials, the Cloudtilt sneaker, the vamp, or like the actual fabric, am I in focus? The actual fabric part of the shoe is 100% recycled polyester. The tongue of the shoe is 97.3% polyester and 2.7% elastane. I think that's how you pronounce that, elastane. Yeah. And then the vamp lining, so the inside of the sneaker is also 100% recycled polyester. The lacing, like kind of pattern, is called Speed. I'm not necessarily sure what that's about. That's just what it says on the website. The heel to toe drop is 7 millimeters. I'm not gonna sit here and try to convert that to inches or, you know, centimeters to those of us girlies over in the States. I'm not gonna be doing all that, so yeah. And as far as like the key features, the weight of the shoes are very lightweight. They're not heavy. They're chunky, but they're not heavy. And I'm pretty sure that's because they're made out of recycled materials. So the weight of the sneakers is 223 grams. Again, I'm not about to convert that to pounds. We're just gonna have to do some math outside the video, okay? The Cloudtilt Phase is the, I guess, kind of like the engineering part of the shoe. Was created for seamless weight transfer, precision crafted with finite element analysis, ultra lightweight, smooth midsole, alignment of cloud elements deliver perfect cushioning, and easy pull-on sock construction, and speed laces. Again, I don't know what speed laces are or what they mean. I don't know, but that's what the site says. So as you guys will be able to see over here, the Cloudtilt, well, both versions, but the Cloudtilt comes in some really, really beautiful colors. I'm actually looking at the purple rose because I don't know, there's just something about like that lavender, that pastel, I don't know, it's grabbing me by my wig, okay? and I really want those sneakers, but I'm trying to hold off because I haven't even worn my white ones yet. So with the Cloudtilt, again, those retail for $4.90. They come in multiple colors. So you have the color sand, you have the color wild rose, you have beet red, which is a very, very nice, like deep red kind of plum color. You have the khaki green. Khaki green is also on my radar. You also have cherry, you have the purple rose, which is the other pair that I would like. You have the forever blue, you have all navy, again on my radar. You have lime green, and then you also have orange, which is a super beautiful, vibrant, nice and pigmented orange. Very, very nice. So again, these are available on the website. That sounds really weird. But the sizes are very, very limited. So for example, the purple rose, which is the color that I want, there's only one 9.5 left. I should probably hop on that. And there's only one 10 left. So the sizes are very, very limited when it comes to the Cloudtilt sneakers. And remember, these are a limited edition. And once they're sold out, I'm not sure if they restock in like the same colorways or whatever. But if you want a pair, go ahead and snatch them up. Because if not, you're going to be upset because they're going to be gone. So if we go on to the Cloudtilt 2.0, the version of the sneakers that released earlier this year, same incredible feeling, fresh new look, Swiss engineering and Spanish craftsmanship combined in this all-day shoe. For the size and fit, it says that they are true to size. The materials, the upper unit is made out of recycled polyester, TPU, I don't know what that is. The bottom unit is made out of rubber and speed board. And then the technology, the engineered technology, is the Cloudtech Phase as well. Now the lacing for the Cloudtilt 2/2.0 is standard instead of that speed lacing. The heel to toe drop is still 7 millimeters, and all of the key features are still the same. So the alignment of cloud elements deliver perfect cushioning, comes with an exclusive dust bag and custom packaging. All of that stuff is still the same across both versions of the shoe. Would I recommend this shoe? The fact that I haven't worn them out yet, but when I tried them on and wore them around the house, it feels like I was stepping on pillows. It feels like I was walking on clouds. As a woman, a heavier woman at that, but as a heavier woman with flat feet, no type of arch support at all, having sneakers especially that I'm going to be walking in all day that give me some type of arch support and that are going to allow me to like walk like effortlessly is very, very important to me. And when I tell you that these are some of the most comfortable sneakers that I have ever put on my feet, I mean it. Now, I have not worn them like out and about for a long period of time, so of course, you know, that could change, but I highly doubt it. The shoes are incredibly comfortable, and because it's like a sock type shoe, they're easy to slide on and slide off. Now, with that being said, it is very important to make sure that you get a size that's not too big. You know, you don't want to be walking and then like your shoe just slides off your foot and then you're just out here, you know what I mean? So you do want to make sure that you really do consider the sizing portion of the sneaker if you decide to get them. But I did go again with the 9.5 or a 41. They fit really well and they're very comfortable, and I didn't have any issues walking around the house. So that's it. I think that LOEWE and On did a great job with this collaboration, and I cannot wait to see what the newer version of this sneaker is going to look like when they come out with the revamp and a new drop. If you are interested in purchasing these sneakers, you can get a few select sizes from the On website, and you can also get these sneakers from Net-a-Porter. They have a few sizes available as well in a few different colors as well. However, the sizing chart on Net-a-Porter is different from the sizing chart on and LOEWE, so just make sure that you pay attention to that sizing chart so that you get the correct size, because again, this is like a very flexible sock type shoe, and you want to make sure that your shoe is not slipping off of your foot. But just absolutely beautiful, absolutely stunning. And I cannot wait to wear these. So yeah, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Please let me know your thoughts in the comments. Let me know if you have heard of these sneakers before. Let me know if you have a pair. Let me know if after watching this video you are interested in purchasing a pair. And if you do purchase a pair, come back and let me know what color you got and let me know how you like the sneaker. I would love to know. We're gonna wear these out today because again, it's Earth Day and I wanna walk around in my recycled polyester sneakers to let the earth know that I appreciate her and that when she's ready to take all of us out, she can absolutely spare me if she chooses. Anyway, y'all, thank you so much for watching. I will see you guys in the next video, and until then, I hope that you have a good morning, afternoon, evening, night, whatever time it is that you are watching this, and I will see y'all in the next video. Bye.